TheDougStewartShow.com app. Try out Univon and call your peoples like you not at your mama house.
Now back to the realest man on earth, Doug Stewart.
That's right, the realest, trillest man on radio, online, and on your speakers. And your Spreakers. You get it? Speakers. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. You can text the show, or you can call the show at 404-382-0338. You can also email me, Doug, at TheDougStewartShow.com. Would you like to build a partnership with the Doug Stewart Show and promote your brand, your company, your product? We would love to do that. We would love to, man. Email me, Doug, at TheDougStewartShow.com. And let's do some business. This segment's brought to you by Univon. Great long distance, not like you at your mama's house. So go on my website, TheDougStewartShow.com, and click on their banner link and check out Univon. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Getting your ballers and your busters from this past weekend, eating a couple of snacks in this studio here. Need your ballers and your busters from this past weekend. What about your team? How'd your team do this week? Here's a tweet from Scotty. He says, I think Carolina's defense was scared of Steve Smith. They let him do what he wanted. Yeah, you probably would be too. Matter of fact, nobody under probably 5'10" want to mess with Steve Smith. And if you don't know about Steve Smith has beat up several people in his NFL career. Yes, Steve Smith got a mean streak like none other. I don't know if it's Napoleon complex or whatever, but you bet not F with Steve Smith. It's as simple as that, because he will whoop your ass. I mean, he's bona fide. He is bona fide. Look at all the Steve Smith has beat up a guy in a team meeting. He's beat up people on the field in practice. I mean, that's what he does. And not only does he do that, but he also catch passes. Steve Smith caught 7 passes for 139 yards and 2 TDs, leading the Baltimore Ravens to a 38-10 victory this past Sunday. And dude spent 13 seasons in Carolina. Steve Smith has been there forever, seemingly. When did Carolina play in the Super Bowl? They played in the Super Bowl, I think, like in the mid-90s, okay? Or maybe the late 90s. Steve Smith was a baller then. And he's still balling now, and I think what my man Scotty said on the Twitter is exactly right. They are scared of Steve Smith. No one wants to get on the bad side of Steve Smith. Once again, if you're 5'10" and under, you don't want to mess with Steve Smith. He's off to a fast start for the Ravens this year as well. No player in NFL history has had more receiving yards in his first 4 games with the team after debuting with that club at the age of 35 or older. Now, some other guys on that list right behind Steve Smith. Steve Smith has 429 yards. In 2010, Terrell Owens had 374 yards at this point with the Bengals. Jerry Rice in 2001, 236 with the Raiders. And Isaac Bruce had 2 yards in 2008. So, yeah, man, Steve Smith is that dude. He is one of my favorite players of all time, because I used to say it all the time, and I really do adhere by it. I always root for the little guy, especially in football, because the little guy always has to prove himself more than an average big guy. A big guy will get a chance just because he's a big guy. No, if you Steve Smith size coming out of Utah, wherever the hell he came out of. Yeah, it was Utah. He played junior college ball. If you're 5'9", Steve Smith, 180 pounds coming out of Utah into the NFL, you got to prove yourself every single down, because, first of all, they don't believe what they're seeing with their eyes. This little guy beating coverage and beating guys just as fast or faster and bigger than him. So I always root for the little guy. Always root for the little guy, man. Steve Smith might go down. I think he's one of my all-time favorite players in the NFL. You know, matter of fact, that's a little side topic we can talk about today. Who's your favorite little guy in sports in honor of Steve Smith? Because Steve Smith might be my favorite little guy of all time. Straight athlete. And I really wonder if the Carolina Panthers are kicking themselves for letting him go because he would be the best player on that offense right now still. He would, okay? He would. He's got the kid from Florida State. He's got possibilities, but he's still right now not a Steve Smith. I hate to think that they couldn't work out some type of deal to keep Steve Smith another year. Steve Smith looks like he can play this year and another year without losing too much of what the good Lord has given him as far as athletic-wise. So, give me a call, 404-382-0338. You can also hit me on Twitter at The Doug Stewart Show and tell me who's your favorite little guy in sports. You talk about little guy boxers, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, the smaller weight classes. Love, and somebody sent me an email with a link to Floyd Mayweather took a picture on a bed of money. And now Floyd is very, very just over the top and obnoxious. But the dude is one of the greatest to ever do it. I mean, there's no denying it. Okay? So give me a little guy in sports that's one of your all-time favorites. Darren Sproles, another huge touchdown last night for the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they didn't win the game. I guess the San Francisco 49ers took a punt back to the house. I mean, that's an all-timer right there in itself, is Darren Sproles. This guy is a beast, okay? Imagine if he was 3 inches taller, Darren Sproles would be regarded. He doesn't get the credit I think that he deserves, and it's because of his size. It is 100% because of his size, all right? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. So we're talking about everything that happened this past weekend in the world of the NFL. Baller Award goes to Aaron Rodgers. Completed 22 of 28 passes for 302 yards and 4 TDs as the Packers get a great win over the Chicago Bears, 38-17. And the Bears can't figure them out. And I said it at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the show, is I can't figure out what's going on in the NFL. One week a team looks like world beaters, and the next week they suck. Okay, and that's what you saw yesterday from Chicago. They sucked yesterday. They didn't look good. And Jay Cutler, has regressed. It seems like one week he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league again, and then the next week he sucks. All right, so I don't know what's going on in the league, but Aaron Rodgers, give him his credit, give him his due. Ball award goes to Aaron Rodgers. I still think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL. Now, I don't think he has the weapons around him that he's had over the last couple of years, especially the year that they went and won a Super Bowl. But I still think if you watch Aaron Rodgers play, he just puts that ball in such a perfect spot. I mean, he doesn't hang his wide receivers out to dry. The ball is perfect. Right speed, not thrown too hard, not thrown behind you. You know who he reminds me of? If you go back and watch, just not quite as big, he reminds me of Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman used to put that ball right on stride. Perfect, right in the playmaker's hands, slanting across the field. And that's what Aaron Rodgers, I'll still say, and I've been saying it for the last couple of years, pretty much ever since they won the Super Bowl. I'll still say Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league right now. He is. He surpassed Tom Brady a couple of years ago. Is Peyton just as good or better? Maybe, but I'll take Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is younger. And a lot of times I base these things off of when I pick the guy, if I'm picking teams for my playground, for my football team, if I'm on a playground. And if Peyton Manning were there and Aaron Rodgers were there, you'd have to take Aaron Rodgers just because of his age. And so I absolutely love that guy's game. Once again, they don't have the talent around him, seemingly, the wide receiving core. They don't have Greg Jennings. They don't have the Jones guy. They have some good wide receivers around them, but not like they had when they went to the Super Bowl. But Aaron Rodgers is that dude, the real deal, and really came under a lot of fire this past week, from some of the comments that he made, saying that everybody should just relax and just chill out. They're going to be all right, talking to the Green Bay fans because they've had some letdowns over the last couple of weeks. But he's exactly right. I mean, when you're Aaron Rodgers, when you're the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, you don't have a lot to worry about. Or you shouldn't have a lot to worry about. Because that dude is one of the best to ever do it. It is strange that he's actually, that I actually say things like that about Aaron Rodgers when he played and played for a team that had Brett Favre. I think he's probably, I would take him. You know I don't love Brett Favre. I'd take Aaron Rodgers before I take Brett Favre. One, for the one and only reason, not because he has a strong arm, which his arm is strong. It's because he doesn't make the mistakes that Brett Favre used to make. Brett Favre used to lose you a game just as fast as he used to win you a game. That's right. That's word to my mother. All right? But Aaron Rodgers, he is that dude. All right. Up next on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Let's talk a little Falcons, and Todd Gurley does the damn thing. Man, where's Todd Gurley at on this Heisman chase? I think he's right up there at the top with one other guy. I'll mention that. We'll take your calls if we have any, as well as read your tweets. You can tweet me at The Doug Stewart Show on Twitter, at The Doug Stewart Show, and we'll do the damn thing, all right? I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm all over the place. All over the place. Pass the word. Tell 1, 2. Man, tell 5 people. I said don't tell one person. I said tell 2 people. At least 2 people. That's all that I ask. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. It's the Doug Stewart Show. The Doug Stewart Show is off and running. But just like every company, we need sponsors. Would yours like to work with one of the livest, most dynamic, and recognized sports talk show personalities in America? By the way, that's me. Getting in on the ground floor? Well, call us at 770-847-0536 or email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com and let's do business. From the smallest company in Atlanta to the biggest brands nationally and worldwide, shawty. People know me and the Stews brand in these streets. Holla at your boat. Once again, the number is 770-847-0536 or email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Yes! This your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and a fully encompassed prepaid legal benefit that includes identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. I'm always saying get with the times. Stop acting like you at your mama house, calling that girl you met at summer camp 2 states away, and your mama screaming out, "I know you better not be talking long distance running up my bill with that little hussy girl." Well, get with the times with your long distance charges. Presenting Univon. Univon offers unlimited worldwide calling to 60-plus countries for $14.99 a month. No contract, no activation fee, and no cancellation fee. Users can call anytime using their mobile phone or home IP phone. So stop flushing money down the drain. Get more details by clicking Univon's link banner on thedougstewartshow.com or the link on the dougstewartshow.com app. Try out Univon and call your peoples like you not at your mama house.
What you gonna do when you get out of jail? I'm gonna listen to Dougie. It's the Doug Stewart Show.
The Doug Stewart Show live and in effect. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for taking part in the show by tweeting and calling and having fun. And so we're talking about this past weekend, getting your ballers and your busters, a.k.a. your game balls and your goats. A lot of game balls and goats to give away from this past weekend. I was talking a little bit earlier, went to the fair, took my nephews to the fair, had them all weekend, and they're wild. They're little hooligans, but I love it. Right. They're not soft as charming. They are tough, little wrestle you down little boys. And one of my nephews, the little one, Mason, is too much to that effect. He's got this little thing, and I had to tell his mama when they came back yesterday. I was like, listen, you need to check that little boy. he got a little attitude problem. He needs a little attitude adjustment. And so when he gets frustrated or I tell